At 52, Robert from Michigan thought his marriage was failing because intimacy had become complicated, stressful, and filled with unspoken fears that neither he nor his wife knew how to address. What he discovered 6 months later changed everything, not just about his physical health, but about how couples can actually grow closer and more satisfied during what many consider the most challenging years of a relationship. Tonight, 8 medical truths will challenge everything you think you know about men's health after 50, including breakthrough research that shows why many men report their most fulfilling intimate years happening in their 60s, not their 20s. These aren't quick fixes or miracle cures, but evidence-based insights from urologists, relationship specialists, and thousands of men who have successfully navigated the changes that come with aging. Here's what matters most. Truth number 8, at the end of this video, contains a simple step that has helped more men restore confidence and connection than any other single action. Yet fewer than 10% ever try it. The men who do often say it was the turning point that saved not just their intimate life, but their entire relationship. Let's begin with a truth that will immediately change how you think about aging. Truth number 1, professional help is your secret weapon. Here is the truth that should come first because it can save you years of frustration and uncertainty. Seeking professional help from urologists, men's health specialists, or relationship counselors is not admitting defeat. It is making the smartest possible investment in your health, happiness, and marriage. The medical field has advanced tremendously in understanding male sexual health, with treatment options and diagnostic tools that were unavailable even 5 years ago, meaning solutions exist for virtually every challenge you might be facing. James, a 60-year-old engineer from Texas, spent 3 years assuming his declining energy and function were simply inevitable parts of aging, until a routine physical revealed that his blood pressure medication was the primary culprit, and a simple adjustment restored most of his previous vitality within 6 weeks. Modern urologists can evaluate hormone levels, cardiovascular health, medication interactions, and underlying conditions with precision that allows for targeted treatments rather than guesswork or generic advice. What makes professional help so powerful is the comprehensive approach that addresses physical, psychological, and relational factors simultaneously, often through coordinated teams that include medical doctors, therapists, and wellness specialists who understand exactly what men over 50 experience. Many men report that their biggest regret about seeking help was waiting so long, because the improvements in energy, confidence, function, and relationship satisfaction often exceed expectations and happen faster than anticipated. The range of available treatments includes hormone optimization when medically appropriate, medications that improve circulation and response, counseling that addresses performance anxiety or communication issues, and lifestyle programs specifically designed for men navigating the changes that come with aging. Most importantly, seeking professional guidance demonstrates maturity, wisdom, and commitment to your well-being and your relationship, qualities that are attractive and admirable rather than signs of inadequacy. If you've been hesitant about talking to a healthcare provider, comment below what concerns you most about that conversation, because addressing these worries helps other men take this crucial first step. Professional help sets the foundation, but there's something happening in your body right now that most men completely misunderstand, and getting this next truth right can prevent months of unnecessary worry. Truth number 2, emotional intimacy becomes your superpower. As physical responses evolve with age, emotional intimacy and deep connection become more crucial for satisfaction than raw performance, meaning that developing skills in vulnerability, communication, and presence can actually enhance your intimate life beyond what you experienced in younger years. Brain chemistry shifts after 50 in ways that make trust, emotional safety, and genuine affection more significant factors in arousal and satisfaction, which explains why many long-term couples report their best intimate experiences occurring in their 50s and 60s, despite physical changes. The neurological reality is that oxytocin, the bonding hormone, becomes more influential in sexual satisfaction as testosterone levels moderate, creating an opportunity for deeper intimacy that relies on emotional connection, patience, and creativity rather than purely physical performance. Research shows that men over 50 who prioritize emotional depth and authentic communication with their partners report significantly higher relationship satisfaction than those who focus solely on physical function. Carl and Susan, married 31 years, discovered that learning to talk honestly about their experiences, fears, and desires transformed not only their physical connection, but their entire relationship dynamic after changes in his response created initial tension between them. What started as a challenge became an opportunity to rediscover each other and build intimacy based on emotional maturity rather than just physical compatibility. Practical steps include scheduling regular conversations without distractions, where both partners can share feelings without judgment. Learning to express appreciation and desire through words, rather than relying only on physical cues. And exploring approaches to intimacy that emphasize connection and mutual pleasure over performance pressure. The beautiful outcome is that couples who invest in emotional intimacy often report that their relationship becomes stronger and more satisfying than it was in their 20s and 30s. Drop a comment about the biggest communication challenge you face in your relationship, because sharing these experiences helps build a supportive community for men navigating similar situations. Emotional intimacy provides the foundation, but your daily choices have more power over your physical function than you might realize. And this next truth could change your energy levels within weeks. Truth number 3, lifestyle choices trump genetics. Your daily decisions about movement, nutrition, sleep, and stress have a far greater influence on your sexual health and overall vitality than age alone ever will. Men over 50 often assume that declining function is simply inevitable, but research clearly shows that those who walk at least 30 minutes a day, stick to a Mediterranean-style diet rich in fish, nuts, vegetables, and healthy fats, and maintain good sleep hygiene, enjoy stronger energy, better mood, and more satisfying intimacy regardless of what their genetics might predict. Sleep is especially vital, as poor sleep disrupts your body's hormone production, including testosterone, and ramps up the stress hormone cortisol, which can harm intimate function. Chronic stress, too much processed food, too little movement, and habitual poor sleep are the true culprits behind many symptoms chalked up to just getting older. Tom, 57, shared how simply adding regular walks after dinner and replacing late-night snacking with a small handful of nuts and fruit gave him more morning energy and cut the brain fog that had frustrated him for years. Even small changes compound over time. Cutting back on alcohol, drinking more water, and building short relaxation routines not only improve circulation and muscle strength, but also boost confidence in daily life. Importantly, these improvements begin to show within weeks sometimes before you even notice changes in the scale or the mirror. Consistency matters far more than perfection. Take a moment and reflect. What's one small lifestyle shift you know would help you feel stronger? Share your idea in the comments and see how many others are focused on the same goals. Changing your daily habits is one of the most powerful tools you have, and you never have to do it alone. Encouragement and accountability are right here in this growing community. If you're curious about how physical changes fit into the bigger picture, the next truth will help you understand what to expect and how to work with, not against, your body as you age. Truth number 4, physical changes. Follow predictable patterns. The physical changes that affect intimacy after 50 follow predictable patterns that millions of men successfully navigate, which means you can prepare for these changes rather than being caught off guard by them. Understanding what to expect allows you to respond proactively with exercise, nutrition, and medical support rather than reactively with worry when changes become noticeable. These changes include gradual decreases in muscle mass and bone density, increases in body fat, particularly around the midsection, reduced circulation that affects energy and response time, and changes in nerve sensitivity that may require more time and stimulation for arousal and satisfaction. However, each of these shifts responds well to targeted interventions that you can begin implementing immediately, proving that knowledge combined with action creates better outcomes than simply accepting decline as inevitable. Cardiovascular health becomes especially crucial because blood flow affects every aspect of sexual function, meaning that activities like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling, combined with foods rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, can create noticeable improvements in energy and circulation within just a few months of consistent effort. Strength training twice a week helps maintain muscle mass and supports healthy testosterone production naturally. Mark, a 54-year-old contractor from Arizona, discovered that adding 20 minutes of walking after dinner and doing basic bodyweight exercises 3 mornings a week gave him more energy and confidence than he had felt in years. The most encouraging part of this truth is recognizing that your body remains responsive to positive changes at any age, and that physical fitness supports not just sexual health, but overall quality of life. What physical change have you noticed most as you've gotten older? Share your thoughts below, because understanding what concerns men most helps this community support each other better. Physical changes are important to understand, but there's a hormonal shift happening that most men misinterpret completely, and getting this next truth right can save you from unnecessary worry and expensive treatments. Truth number 5. Testosterone changes are gradual and manageable. Testosterone levels decline slowly and steadily starting around age 30, decreasing by approximately 1 to 2% each year, which means this change happens gradually over decades rather than suddenly, giving your body and mind time to adapt while allowing you to respond with thoughtful lifestyle and medical interventions when appropriate. Many men wake up feeling different one morning and assume their hormone levels have crashed overnight. But medical research shows that healthy aging involves predictable, manageable changes rather than dramatic hormonal cliffs that require emergency intervention. The science behind this gradual decline involves your body's natural adjustment to aging, where the hypothalamus and pituitary gland slowly reduce signals for testosterone production while your muscles, bones, cardiovascular system, and brain adapt to changing hormone levels over months and years rather than experiencing sudden dysfunction. This gradual process allows for gradual solutions, meaning that improvements in sleep quality, stress management, physical activity, and nutrition can meaningfully support your body's hormone production and utilization, rather than viewing testosterone changes as a medical emergency requiring immediate hormone replacement. Most men benefit from a comprehensive approach that includes regular monitoring through blood tests, lifestyle modifications that support natural hormone production, and medical intervention only when levels fall significantly below normal ranges and lifestyle changes prove insufficient. What brings immediate relief to most men is learning that many symptoms attributed to low testosterone, such as fatigue, mood changes, or decreased libido, often improve significantly with better sleep, regular exercise, weight management, and stress reduction, proving that a holistic approach frequently delivers better results than focusing solely on hormone levels. The most empowering aspect of this truth is recognizing that you have considerable influence over how your body produces and utilizes hormones through daily choices about movement, nutrition, sleep, and stress management. Understanding hormonal changes helps put physical symptoms in perspective, but there's one specific area that causes the most anxiety for men our age, and the next truth might completely change how you think about this common concern. Truth number 6, erectile function, exists on a spectrum. Erectile function is not simply on or off, but exists on a spectrum of responsiveness that can vary based on stress levels, fatigue, health status, medications, and emotional factors, which means that occasional changes or variations in function are completely normal and do not indicate permanent problems or relationship issues. Understanding this spectrum approach helps reduce performance anxiety and allows you to focus on overall patterns rather than individual experiences that may be influenced by temporary factors like work stress, poor sleep, or medication timing. The physiological reality involves complex interactions between blood vessels, nerves, hormones, and psychological factors, all of which can be influenced by everything from what you ate for dinner to how much sleep you got last night. Proving that function naturally varies and that consistency comes from supporting overall health rather than expecting identical performance regardless of circumstances. Many men discover that reducing alcohol consumption, managing stress through relaxation techniques, addressing underlying health conditions like diabetes or hypertension, and improving sleep quality can restore much of their previous function within a few months. What often surprises couples is learning that slower, more intentional intimacy frequently leads to greater satisfaction and deeper connection than the quick, performance-focused encounters that may have characterized earlier years, proving that adaptation can lead to enhancement rather than just accommodation or disappointment. The medical options available today include medications that improve blood flow and response, devices that support function, and counseling that addresses psychological factors. But many men find that lifestyle modifications combined with open communication provide sufficient improvement without requiring medical intervention. The key is understanding that seeking information, whether from healthcare providers, counselors, or educational resources, demonstrates wisdom and commitment to your relationship rather than weakness or failure. Comment below about your biggest concern regarding changes in physical function, because honest discussion helps normalize these experiences and reduces the isolation that many men feel when facing these common challenges. While physical function gets most of the attention, there's a hidden factor affecting millions of men that doctors don't always think to check. And this next truth could explain symptoms you've been attributing to aging. Truth number 7. Medication interactions are more common than you think. Many common medications prescribed for conditions like high blood pressure, depression, anxiety, diabetes, and prostate health can significantly impact sexual desire and function. But these effects are often overlooked during medical consultations and can be managed through conversations with your doctor about alternative medications, adjusted dosages, or timing modifications that protect both your health and your quality of life. The problem is that many men assume these changes are simply due to aging rather than asking whether their medications might be contributing to symptoms they're experiencing. Blood pressure medications, particularly beta blockers and some diuretics, can reduce blood flow and affect arousal, while antidepressants, especially SSRIs, commonly impact both desire and function. But doctors have multiple options within each category of medication that may provide the same health benefits with fewer sexual side effects. Diabetes medications, antihistamines, acid reflux drugs, and even some supplements can influence sexual response. But honest conversations with knowledgeable healthcare providers can lead to adjustments that support both your medical needs and your intimate life. Frank, a 63-year-old retired police officer from Florida, spent 18 months assuming his declining interest in function were simply part of aging, until his cardiologist suggested switching from one blood pressure medication to another, resulting in dramatic improvement within just 4 weeks, rather than suffering in silence or making unauthorized changes to prescribed medications. Approaching your healthcare providers as partners in your overall well-being leads to integrated care that considers your whole life experience rather than treating individual symptoms in isolation. What's your experience with medications and their effects? Have you had conversations with your doctor about this topic? Share your thoughts below, because your experience might help other men feel more comfortable discussing this important issue with their healthcare providers. Medication effects are important to understand, but we've saved the most powerful truth for last. And this final insight has transformed more men's lives than all the others combined. This is the truth that fewer than 10% of men ever discover. But those who do often say it changed everything. Truth in Marty 8. The power of integrated support systems. The most transformative step you can take for your sexual health after 50 is building an integrated support system that includes not just medical professionals, but also your partner, trusted friends, and resources that address the physical, emotional, and relational aspects of intimacy simultaneously rather than treating each area in isolation. This comprehensive approach recognizes that sexual health is inseparable from overall health, relationship quality, emotional well-being, and social connection, and that lasting improvements require attention to all these areas working together. The men who achieve the most dramatic and sustainable improvements are those who combine regular medical checkups with open communication with their partners, peer support from other men facing similar challenges, and ongoing education about health, relationships, and aging rather than trying to solve problems alone or in secret. Research shows that men who maintain strong social connections, communicate openly with their partners about changes and concerns, work with healthcare providers who understand men's issues comprehensively, and continue learning about health and relationships throughout their lives report significantly higher satisfaction with their intimate lives and overall well-being, regardless of specific physical changes they may experience. What makes this approach so effective is that it addresses the root causes of many sexual health concerns, which often involve combinations of physical factors, relationship dynamics, stress levels, and social isolation rather than single issues that can be solved with individual treatments or quick fixes. The practical steps include scheduling regular checkups with healthcare providers who specialize in men's health, having honest conversations with your partner about your experiences and concerns, connecting with other men through support groups or community organizations, and committing to ongoing learning about health, relationships, and personal growth throughout your life. Final thoughts. These 8 truths provide a comprehensive roadmap for maintaining and enhancing your sexual health after 50. But the most important insight is understanding that this stage of life offers unique opportunities for deeper satisfaction, stronger relationships, and greater wisdom about what truly matters in intimate connection. The men who thrive in their 50s, 60s, and beyond are not those who try to recapture their younger selves, but those who embrace the changes that come with maturity while taking proactive steps to support their health and relationships. You deserve happiness, satisfaction, and deep connection at every stage of life, and the combination of medical advances, relationship skills, lifestyle modifications, and support systems available today means that your best years of intimacy and overall well-being may still be ahead of you. Remember that seeking support, whether from healthcare professionals, counselors, or trusted friends, demonstrates strength and wisdom rather than weakness, and that millions of men are successfully navigating these same changes with the right information and guidance. The most encouraging truth of all is that small, consistent actions taken today can create meaningful improvements in your energy, confidence, function, and relationship satisfaction within weeks and months, proving that it is never too late to invest in your health and happiness. Whether you start with a conversation with your doctor, a heart-to-heart with your partner, or a simple commitment to walking 30 minutes a day, the journey toward better health and deeper connection begins with a single step taken with courage and hope. If this information has been helpful, please subscribe for more honest, practical guidance on men's health and relationships. Share this video with someone who might benefit from these truths, and leave a comment about which insight resonated most strongly with you or what questions you still have. Thank you for investing in your health and relationships. And remember that taking care of yourself is one of the greatest gifts you can give to everyone who loves you.